and welcome back to module number 3 in the 35 ways to improve your business right now. I'm Matty Mac from Oz Retail Group, and number 3 is know your business. You would be surprised at how many businesses aren't aware of every dollar that's coming in and going out of the business. So it is now one of your top priorities to know where every dollar is going within your business. And whether it's a retail business or maybe you've got an online business, maybe it's a side hustle, especially if it's very small, you're doing it secondary to your 9-to-5 job perhaps. What are you spending, ad money on? How much are you spending? All those subscriptions that you're buying, the software, the training, everything that you spend and every dollar that you get in needs to be accounted for. So if you haven't already, print last year's financials out and comb through them, have a look at them. You should have a profit and loss statement. If you don't fear, I've sorted you out. Print your last year's profit and loss. If you can do a reporting, do it, but a lot of the time it's sort of done on our computer and we don't have quality reporting. So moving forward, I'm going to sort you out here. Now ask yourself, are things moving in the right direction with your business? Are you making the money that you need to? Are you going out backwards? Ask yourself these hard questions, because you may need to change something and just make sure you are heading into the right direction, or you may need to change tack and head in a different direction, and that's okay. Are they moving fast enough? You might have started last year, you might have started several years ago. Is it moving at the right pace? Are you still where you were several years ago? Again, you may need to change something, make some kind of a drastic turn and change something just to get where you're going faster, or more efficiently I should say. Is your business keeping up with a fast-paced industry? So if you're in retail, it's forever changing. Do you still do print media? Are you placing ads in the yellow pages, things like that? You need to keep up with the times, and that's what we're here for at Oz Retail Group. If you're not sure about how to run Facebook ads or Google ads or set up your social media accounts, all those things that you need nowadays, then don't be afraid to put up your hand and say, please help, I would like to do this. It's not a hard thing to do, and with a little know-how we can show you, you can maintain it yourself, and it can become a fun thing to do within your business. So make sure you're keeping up with the industry. Have you identified the busy and the slow periods throughout the year within your business? Obviously Christmas is going to be a very busy period around those famous holidays where people do flash sales, Black Friday sales and Christmas and Easter and all those sorts of things. You may need to adjust stock levels, or you may need to do additional advertising, or there's some things you may need to do just to boost around that particular time frame, and that's okay. You need to ask these questions. How do you capitalize on those, like the Black Friday sales that have just gone crazy? Everyone was doing supersonic Black Friday sales and it was crazy. They spent more money than ever just this year gone. And finally, it is very important that you know how your business is tracking, and you need to make sure it's going in the right direction, and you need to account for every dollar that is coming in and going out of your business. I can't stress this enough. Knowledge is power. So how do we gain that knowledge? How do we keep that knowledge? As I said, I have sorted you out. I have put together a profit and loss template for you to download. If I just run through this template, let me just center my screen a little bit here, make sure you can all see it. Okay, this is a profit and loss template. Quite simple. Basically at the top you have your income. So you may have retail sales, online sales, and then you may have some other revenue source. Maybe you go to the markets or have an eBay store or something like that. So list all your revenue sources, any refunds of course, and then your costs. So this is month by month. So the idea with this, every month on the 31st of every month, for the whole month from the 1st to the 31st, you will add up and you'll put in the information, all your sales, any costs associated with your goods, so your invoices that you've paid, all that sort of thing. Any other miscellaneous income, maybe you have subscriptions, or as I said, maybe you go to the markets or your eBay stores or Etsy stores or whatever, all of those. And then all your expenses. Now we're talking every dollar that you spend on your business. Any wages you may pay, super, annual leave, taxes, work cover, insurances, anything like that, any loan repayments, advertising fees, anything to do with, if you had to pay any fines or anything like that. Bank charges, don't forget that. Remember, you're being charged interest to use, credit card, things like that. Any cash losses or missing, anything to do with security, cleaning, pretty much everything. Go through this list, and everything that is associated with running your business, you need to put in there. So at the month, for the whole month, you'll have income, so money coming in, money going out, and then at the bottom you'll have your profit and loss. And red, obviously, if you're not making the money you need to, any cash outgoings, and down here it's just been basically broken up into how you would allocate that positive fund. So you may put 25% on the loan, put 25% in the bank, spend 25% on advertising, and then 25% might go to investors as dividends. But you can break that up however you want. However you see the profit being broken up, that's just the dispersion of the profit. So very simple, but very important. Now if you went to your accountant at the end of the month, or every 3 months, or every year, whenever you see him, if you went to them and you put this in front of them, they would love you for it. They would absolutely love you for it, because everything's listed. They know how to, where to put it, all that sort of thing, for tax write-offs, all that sort of stuff. So it's quite simple, but quite elegant. Some details here. So some other things that I've got on here. Just your company details. So you may have your entity, who you trade as, all your info, website, who the director is, your ABN numbers, so all your license numbers, mobiles, faxes, phones, your license numbers if you have one, personal, your bank account numbers, credit card numbers, all that sort of thing. You may have logins and passwords for things like websites and all your accounts and all that sort of stuff. So it's just very neat, keeps it all in one spot. Now if you do put this it's quite sensitive material, so of course you want to save it to a flash drive or somewhere where it's not, people aren't going to snoop into it and find it. Save it to a flash drive, keep it in your safe, whatever. If you have loans, all that details, all those sorts of personal details to do with your bank, with your business, that you may need to access. And I just threw some other things on here. Petty cash expenses. People forget that, somebody comes along, you might pull $10 out of your pocket, go down and get some coffees. Things like that. All adds up. It's all to do with your business. Make sure you're putting all of those down. So the date, how much it was, what it was for. You may have a petty cash category that it goes to. Could be staff, somebody's, one of your staff members' birthdays, any of that sort of thing. Make sure you and some even have, some businesses or stores may have a petty cash tin, and every month they'll put $100 in there, and it needs to be accounted for. So that $100 has its own little P&L, so it's all accounted for. Receipts and all that sort of thing need to be replaced for the money that's taken. And finally, targets. So your business should have some targets, sales targets, or it could be anything. Revenue targets. It could be, you want to target so many followers, you want to increase your reach, any of that sort of thing, but some kind of goal that you can put in month by month, just so that you know as you're moving along, yes, I'm tracking this way. And this sheet you're going to be looking at every month, so you may as well have it on here and check how you're going compared to your targets, whether you can change things, you're doing better, worse, all that sort of thing. So, but this is the main one, definitely, petty cash. I want you to start writing down and start documenting every dollar that comes in and goes out of your business. So I will leave a copy of that in your membership area. Obviously you're in the membership going through the training. We're doing number 3 now, Know Your Business. In this download section I will leave a copy where you can go and download that for yourself and start using it.